started a group called Asian Women Artists. Asian Women Artists. Tapos natin, seconds na eh.
Hi, I'm Aya. I'm one of the co-founders of the Filipino Artists Association of Sweden, and I'm also the president, and Helen is the acting vice president and treasurer. Yes, and I'm an artist, and I write poems. And I've been living here for 21 years.
Hi, I'm Juliet Rowan Lindstrom. I'm a pensioner.
Ako po si Mayan, member ako ng NT, member ako ng PAAS. Hindi pa ako member kay Juliet. Tagalog teacher po ako dito sa
No? Ako po si Dan, member ho ng NFID as project activity organizer po. Member din po ako ng FAS. Ewan ko nga kung bakit. I've been living here for 32 years now.
Ayun. Ayun, good afternoon po. Ako po si Carlos from TheKaibiganNetwork po. Dito po sa Sweden ay 2 years, pero dito po sa Europe na since 1996 po. Thank you.
Okay. Ako po si Joyce, ate ko po si Ate Nanan. So, nung March lang po ako dumating dito para mag-visit po dito. So,
I'm Lala Linden. This is my daughter Johanna. I've been living here in Sweden for 7 years, and I'm studying förskollärare in Stockholm University. Wow. It's my first year now, and hopefully it's kind of hard to study with a kid, but yeah, I'm champa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ako po si Levi Kilgati. Dumating ako dito sa Sweden 85, August 85. And nag-pension na po ako since January 2019 after 30 years of working in PwC.
Accountant siya.
Ikaw din.
Accountant yung nagkaroon katabi.
Hindi niya sinabi ang PwC. Malay mo kung alam nila yung PwC. Pricewaterhouse.
Okay.
Ako si Lorna Christian. Regalado ako dati. Accountant din ako. Pero ngayon pension na. Nag-piano na lang.
Hi, I'm...
Dati
Akala ko pwede. Kasi nagmamadali. Sorry. Okay, you have something to say? Okay. Hello, I'm Weng. Actually, Rowena. So, mahaba siya. So, I've been here in Sweden for almost like 6 years, and I'm not very good in Swedish until now. So, but I will not tell you about more. But I'm one of the member before, right? I don't know.
You're still a member?
Okay, I have no idea.
Inactive member.
Sometimes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. See you all.
Ako naman si Bird. NFID Sweden din ako. I've been here since 2001.
Hi po, I'm Sherry. I'm a guest. So I'll be speaking about our work later on. Thank you.
Ikaw Loy, kasi hindi ka na.
Lloyd Nunez, 37 years in Sweden, and I'm a former member of the Couple First Class, and I'm pensioner.
But you are still member.
Ako naman si Rachel Hansen. Dumating ako dito sa Sweden. Medyo 1 minute ako kasi introduce ko yung NFID. Dumating ako dito in 1980. Medyo bata pa ako talaga noon. Talagang ano pa ako. So, blue-eyed pa, naive pa ako talaga nung when I came here, no? But over the years, ang first organization namin noon, Ugnayan. Parang ganun pa rin ang ginagawa namin. Nag-promote ng Philippine culture, may mga fundraising kami. Bumibili kami ng ang mga pera namin na nire-raise, binibigay namin sa mga farmers sa Mindanao. Bumibili sila ng mga kalabaw, so may mga nagawa din kaming mga maganda during the 80s, no? Pero very low, very mild ang mga Filipino organizations. Wala talaga tayong highs, parang lows lang. Wala talaga tayong nagawa na talagang give the impact as a Filipino community in Sweden, no? we are seen but we are not heard. We do not really say anything, no? In any matters, wala. Ang palagi lang tayo, pag nag-headline lang tayo, may pinatay na Pilipino, may tinapon na Pilipino, may diniport, yun lang tayo, famous lang tayo doon. Tapos yun lang talaga, pero wala tayong impact sa Swedish community ang mga Filipinos, even if we are quite popular, we are well loved, kasi magaling tayo mag-PR, no? Pero wala tayong nagawa na talagang, okay, I'm so proud. But we are so proud to be Filipino, which is very good, no? Pero what is it we are proud of, no? Parang, okay, we are proud, but what is it really we are proud of? No, we are still looking for that thing that we should be really proud of. So anyway, after many years na pa yung mga organization, in and out, the rise and fall of Filipino organizations, no, maraming mga organizations, mga women's movement, mga lahat na nasalian ko na yan. Kasali din ako ng group ni Aya, no, tapos mga grupo lahat. So anyway, may isang grupo na global, mga Filipinos in Australia, in Middle East, in the States. Nag-organize sila ng group na tinatawag nila na Global Filipinos in the Diaspora. Nung pumunta sila sa Europe noong 2012, gusto nila i-recruit ang mga Filipinos in Europe to join the Global Filipinos na Filipinos in the whole world, no? So nag-meeting kami sa Rome in 2012. Tapos gusto nila na i-recruit ang mga Filipinos in Europe. Sabi ng mga Filipinos, no, ayaw namin kasali ng global kasi parang masyadong Americanized kasi mga Amerikano, ang president, vice president, lahat na officers, mga Amerikano, American Filipinos, no? Ayaw namin sumali ang mga Filipinos dito sa Europe. So sabi ng mga Filipinos sa Europe na mga delegates doon sa Rome, mag-organize tayo ng sarili nating grupo. Gusto nila mag-separate sila sa global Filipinos. So nag-isip kami, anong magbuting paraan? So in June 2012 sa Rome, nag-organize kami ng European Network of Filipinos in Diaspora. So bali, isa ako sa founding members, mga 12-15 kami ng mga Filipinos, na ang diaspora, ibig sabihin ang group of people na move to another country. It started with the Jewish community, di ba, na lumipat-lipat sila sa iba-ibang country. Pero ang origin yan, mga Jewish, no? Finally, may group na mga 1 million Filipinos, 10 million Filipinos na tayo in diaspora ngayon eh. Naka-spread out na tayo all over the world, pati sa mga Greenland, sa mga marami na mga Filipinos. Sa mga Greenland, na mga unknown, sa ano ba yan, saan ba yan, does it exist? Marami tayo sa Iceland. So, kahit saan ka lang pupunta ngayon may Pilipino, ang maganda sa NFID, kahit saan ka lang pupunta, may mga friends kami, close friends kami sa Paris, sa Berlin, sa Zurich, sa Basel, sa London, kahit saan ka lang pupunta, may mga NFID members. So yun ang maganda na kung member tayo ng NFID, ang motto kasi ng NFID, pag sama-sama tayo, kayang-kaya natin. Kasi may mga project kami, mga environmental, may mga project kami ngayon sa Iloilo, Miagao. Nagkataon lang yan, hindi yan dahil paborito natin ng Iloilo. Pero may isang Pilipina doon na nag-invento siya ng isang machine, parang hindi siya na machine, pero yung parang stove, i-gather mo ang mga basura, tapos gagawin mo siyang stove. So anyway, nagkataon lang yan. No? So yan ang project namin ngayon na may nag-donate na taga Switzerland, parang 1 million pesos. So yun ang pinupursue namin ngayon. May isang Pilipino NFID ngayon na papunta doon sa Miagao. So yun lang, maraming project, maraming mga ambisyon ang NFID. Kailangan lang talaga natin that we have to be more vigilant na talagang gusto natin tulungan ang Pilipinas at tayo dito mga Pilipino sa Europa, magtulungan tayo. Konting bagay lang, magpakita ka lang ng kaunting solidarity. Don't look for faults, don't look for problems, look for solutions. Ganyan lang talaga ang motto natin, no? Ano, what can I do? Instead na, what can NFID do for me? Or what can you do for NFID? No? So, I don't talk long because it's now Bert, who is the president of NFID, the chair, who will now tell us about the rest of it. Salamat.
Sa Sweden, ang gusto namin networking, yun yung ating main strength ba. So, within Europe, ito yung mga programs na tinatalakay. So, may advocacy, may arts, culture, sports, may conference, tapos we also have projects for the environment. Tapos you also have like education, learning and development for both adults and youth. Tapos may dalawang sub-groups na ngayon na youth and feed na sila mismo may sarili silang programa. And also the seniors kasi ang dami na yung mga seniors dito sa...
Majority na ang mga seniors.
So ito lang just a few pictures of what we have done before. So ito, this is Yen Feed. And then we had like painting exhibit. Tapos ito during the conference, tapos yan yung project na, isa sa mga projects na ini-sponsor ng NFID sa Philippines. Kasi ito kami sa summer house ni Ate Rachel.
Recognize mo?
So, ano-ano yung mga activities na so far na gawa namin for the past 2 years. So, we organized yung parang, we invited somebody from the LO na mag-speak about, kasi tayo dito, we work. So, minsan hindi natin alam kung ano bang right natin as a worker dito sa Swedish society at ano yung ma-expect natin na, pwede nating, we have the right to in society, in the Swedish system. So here, sa itong activity na ito, somebody came and then she told us about, what about the rules and regulations about working hours, about your office, about, yung collective abtal, the how do you say that? Basta, collective abtal. Tapos, what happens if you get sick? What happens, how do you get your pension? How about your, kung ano ka ba, kung 100% working or half-time working, ganon. So, ano-ano mga klaseng information na kailangan mo malaman para na alam mo kung may nangyari sa'yo, kung ano ang may right ka to. Okay? So, for example, including your salary and your, ano ba yun, yung kunyari kung nagkasakit ka or nag-semester
Insurance.
ka. Insurance. Yeah. May nakalimutan ako dito.
Dito kasi Sweden more on preventive sila, förebyggande, which is what LO and the faculty are doing. Karamihan sa atin, by experience lang, by knowledge, karamihan ng Pilipino, hindi sila gumagawa ng ganung paraan. Tinatalakay lang nila yung problema pag nandyan na. So which is yun ang gusto namin i-improve, na mag-isip sila in future na bago pa dumating yung problema, para pag dumating yung problema, handa na sila.
Okay, so isa pa namin activity na si May naman ang in-charge, yung nag-workshop kami ng baking. Dito rin sa church sa taas, for adults and kids. Tapos meron din kaming cultural fest na nag-film showing, tapos may parang musical, tapos may mga symposium. Ito si Dan ang in charge.
Ito po yung by experience po doon sa mga project na unang ginawa natin, hindi po kami nakaka-reach out doon sa mga karamihan ng tao. So naisip ko po ito sa mga paraan para maka-reach out sa mga tao. Popular kasi po ang sports natin, especially basketball and volleyball. So by help with EFSUS, nakipag-collaborate kami, ipagpatuloy po yung paliga dito ng Pilipino sa basketball at volleyball, which is extended to golf and badminton now. So, ito po, doon po natin...
Chess.
And chess too. Future project is chess and bowling and... marami po tayo. Ginawa po natin ito, bukod sa po magkasama-sama tayo, magkasalo-salo tayo, is makilala po natin yung lahat, at yung mga tao pong mga baguhan dito, may mapupuntahan sila na welcome sila at meron silang safety net na pwedeng puntahan na lapitan. At the same time, as EdFeed po, ma-reach out po natin talaga yung mga taong kailangan ng tulong. Ako po ba yun? Membership po.
Sabi ni Lisa.
Membership po, so for now is 5 po tayo.
Meron tayong form na fill up.
Meron po tayong form para to join. In-invite ko actually dito po yung ibang member ng head ng association, ng mga ibang Filipino association, is hindi bukod po sa maging members la, is to encourage yung collaboration. Kasi napansin ko po sa pag-uusap ko sa ibang heads ng association, halos pare-pareho yung mga project natin. So, sa akin po, katulad ng sinabi ni Ate Rachel, kung sama-sama tayo, mas malaki tayong magagawa natin. So, why not combine, collaborate, mas magiging maganda yung presentation ng event natin. At the same time, yung impact sa mga tao, mas maganda. Which is, yung talagang importante. Future projects po ba? Which is yun nga po, bawat association po may mga kanya-kanyang specialty sila. Katulad ng FAS po, which is artists and photography and sculpture. Tulad dun po, napag-usapan din namin ni May at ni Grace actually, yung mga pwedeng collaboration na pwedeng gawin. Isang problema po sa isang foreign normally sa Filipino, which is to maintain yung certain amount of member. Kadalasan dyan, marami nagda-drop out, pero walang pumapasok. So, yun ang pinofocus ko, which is magkaroon tayo ng mga workshop na para sa mga bata, maingganyo natin sila kung yun ang para sa kanila. The same time, kung yun nga ang may potential sila, ma-push sila at ma-motivate natin sila. At mabigyan ng tamang foundation yung pag-artist nila. Karamihan kasi kaya may mga talento, may potential, hindi naman natutuloy kasi walang foundation yung pag-start nila. Which is the same sa ibang project natin like sports, dance, singing. Wala talaga namang foundation. Kaya yung sinasabi ni Ate Rachel na ganit taas, baba. Wala tayong foundation. So we have to build the foundation from the beginning. Which is, ibig sabihin, sa mga foreigning natin dapat umpisan, doon natin makukuha yan. Pero hindi natin makukuha yan kung pare-pareho tayo ng ginagawa at imbis na magtulangan, nagkakanya-kanya pa. Which is, ito ang gusto ko po, personally po, na project na umpisahan this year. Na lapitan ko bawat association, tanungin ko ano matutulong ng NFID sa kanila at ano matutulong nila to promote yung collaboration nga po. Hindi naman kailangan mag-member ng NFID, pero more on collaboration. Kasi by charity lang po, alam ko marami ditong may charity, which is maganda po. Pero alam naman natin po, yung problema ng sa isang charity is hindi enough yung fund. Pero kung magsasalo-salo tayo, mag-concentrate tayo, kung example may 4 na charity tayo gustong kung magsasalo-salo tayo, yung funds na ma-release natin doon, mas malayo ang matutulungan ng mga ng pera nun. So in that case, normally, by experience po, yung tulong natin dahil nakakapos tayo sa fund, imbis na ma-solve yung problema nila, bumabalik kasi dahil pag naubos yung fund, wala na naman silang choice, nababalik sila sa dati nilang problema. Kung mas malaki yung pondo natin, mas matutulungan natin all the way, which is, tulad doon ng sinabi, bakit mo bigyan ng isda ang tao kung kaya mo maturuan ng mga isda instead. Yun ang talagang purpose po.
Maraming salamat po. Yeah. So, bali, so as a whole, parang we look forward to working with you, or if you have any ideas, pwede niyong i-abot sa amin at pwede namin i-work on it.
Personally po, kung ano man yung ideas nyo or willing po ako makinig, pwede natin pag-usapan, kung ano yung pwede natin gawin.
Pwede, if you can put it in writing or you can write. Meron naman tayong. So, Bert, pwede mo na ma-introduce si Cherry para makapisa. We are very proud and honored that Cherry Atilano came here to attend the Swedish Institute Management Program. She came here 10 days ago or so, and she was one of the delegates to this program. Very, very, very beautiful, wonderful program they have. I happened to meet her. I was introduced to Cherry by the wife of the Swedish ambassador to the Philippines, Susan Bakal. And we first met in Siargao. And now we were so happy and thrilled that she will come and share with us many, many incredible projects in the Philippines. Thank you, Cherry, for joining us.
Thank you for bringing me to your summer house, at least experience Sweden and its finest. So I'm Cherry, I'm the founder and CEO of Adrea. So basically, it's both a company and a social enterprise. It's a company and a non-profit, so a social enterprise. So as Tita was saying, I was here since May 6, and I love Sweden. It's so clean, it's so organized, everything is well thought of. So for the last 10 days, we're just inside the classroom, but we went to Gotland because they brought us to Gotland to see how sustainable island development is all about. They brought us to Balingsong Lake House, the House of the Prince, to experience how sustainability is being practiced in Sweden, and how Sweden is really leading the way on sustainability in the whole world. And in our class, we were so happy and grateful that all our professors were the CEOs of big companies of Sweden that are leading in sustainability. And we met so many amazing entrepreneurs in Sweden. And every time I'm in class, I'm dreaming of, oh my God, sana ganito din yung Pilipinas, no? Right now, it's the more we need to love our country. And so a lot of people, I want you to stay in Sweden for quite a long time, no? Kasi I need to go back immediately. And Tita Rachel said, Cherry, stay like 1 to 2 days because we'll organize this. I said, okay, Tita. Our country needs more love, and our country needs more nurturing. You know what's happening in our country now? Sometimes, a lot of my friends would say na, iwanan na lang natin yung Pilipinas kasi yung hirap talaga niyang mahalin. Pero hindi naman mahirap mahalin yung mga tao doon. Minsan, napakahirap talaga kasi kahit gusto mo ng tulungan, hindi gumagana yung tulong, no? You give your hand, they wanted your neck, and they want more of you, right? And I think most of you who are not in the country, you support your family back home. You're really a big help. And I must say that the Philippines' biggest GDP now is a competition between call center, which is contributing 23% of our gross domestic product, and remittances from Filipino OFW, also 23%. So imagine that's our workforce, and it's it's a celebration of how heroic Filipinos are. And I met so many people outside, but a lot of them they're not really like as loving as Filipinos, no? Tayo, grabe. Parang sacrificial lang lagi, no? Alis ka ng bansa, tapos papaaralin mo, simula sa pangalan mo na, simula sa sunod mo na kapatid, pagkasunod, tapos nag-asawa na buntis. Ay, okay, try natin sa isang kapatid, asawa na buntis. Ay, try natin sa isang kapatid. Grabe talaga. Tapos pag-uwi mo ng Pilipinas, ititreat mo sila sa outing, ititreat mo sila sa kung saan-saan, magmumol kayo, mauubos yung pera, tapos uwi ka na naman, magtatrabaho ka naman. So it's a cycle. But that's the reality. So me, I'm in agriculture. Actually, end of this year, before I do my presentation, just want to open up with you that end of this year, we're creating a model that OFWs can actually invest on farmers in the Philippines. Like for example, may isang farmer we work in Siargao, Marinduque. I'll show you later. What if you invest in one farmer in the Philippines? That farm will develop into a farm tourism destination. So when you go home, you're not only sending money for new shoes or new gadgets of your family member, but you're really sending money to a farmer who needs money. Kasi kung hindi, nabubumbay lang sila yung 5-6, no? Grabe hindi talaga sila makabangon sa utang. Some of the farmers, they owe 2,000 pesos. They ended up 50,000 pesos in utang. Hindi na sila makaalis. So what we like to do, my company, what we like to do in the future is i-match natin, no? OFW, they would invest in a farm, be a farmer, and this farmer will be taken care by Agria. They will go through a farm school. They will be becoming a successful farmer. So that when you go home, may dividend ka sa farm, para kang may farm, no? And then you meet that family. So it's really nice, very uplifting the spirit. So it's one model that we're working now, pero marami kasing dapat pagtrabahuin, no, before we will launch it. But it's something that later on for sure, you'll be the first I will approach. So before I start, I'll show you a documentary about what we do in the Philippines. This documentary was done by Channel News Asia Singapore, and it was shown to 99 countries for 6 times already. So a lot of people, even here in Sweden, they would message us that they watch this video. So our company Agrea, we're recognized by the United Nations as the most impactful social enterprise in ASEAN region. So it's the first in the Philippines, and I'm so proud that I work here and I founded this organization. And yeah, it's around 21 minutes long, but it will show you the beauty of the Philippines. And then, narinig niyo po?
Yun, ginanap ko sa aking magulang. Nung parang mga pinag yung pinag-alaman niya. Kaya pinag-atulog.
I know it's hard to work in the farm.
Nahirapan talaga ang buhay ng magsasaka.
It's like you got a one-way ticket to poverty. It's always associated to poverty and drudgery.
Two lives, separated by nearly half a century and more than 700 kilometers. They've come together on an island fondly known as the heart of the Philippines. Their paths have crossed because they share one dream: a better life for Filipino farmers.
The producers of the food in the food chain, the farmers and the fishermen are the poorest and the hungriest. It's a crime. It's a crime to humanity.
How does one change the fate of the farmer in the face of poverty and the increasing local and global demand for food? And in the midst of so many challenges, educational, economic, environmental, how does one remain committed and hopeful? For this ASEAN Next Generation leader, 30-year-old Sherry Atimov, a childhood passion rooted in her father's legacy, has blossomed into a lifelong commitment that has changed not just her life, but that of entire communities. This is life for Longhino Pantoja. He's been farming in the Philippines for the past 60 years.
Nahirapan talaga ang buhay ng magsasaka. Kalaban man yan din namin. 50 meter pagka yung may tubig. Pagka man wala, init ang kalaban namin.
Together with his son-in-law, Longhino makes a living at the mercy of harsh weather conditions, a skewed market, and lack of information. They are among the more than 55 million people living in rural Philippines, where some 70% count among the nation's rural poor. And small-scale farmers like Longhino are amongst the poorest of the poor.
The producers of the food in the food chain, the farmers and the fishermen are the poorest and the hungriest. It's a crime. It's a crime to humanity. They should be the one having food on their table.
More than 7,000 islands make up the archipelago of the Philippines, and Sherry has chosen to plant her seed of change on the island of Marinduque, more than 200 kilometers away from the nation's capital.
We need to take care of our own Filipino farmers because I believe that Filipinos should eat from the source of the food from their own land. And the best people who can help the Philippines to grow its own industry, especially agriculture, are also the Filipino farmers who are just there on different sides of the Philippines, but they are not connected to everything.
Maraming sabong. Bilang ay sa isang ektarya, nakakalahating sako yun naman eh, kakaunti din naman ang ani. Samantalang sa SRI, kung tinawa ito, comfort lamang ito, marami na kukuhang palay. Yun yung nakakalaga.
I really want our farmers to be not just farmers, but farmer educators, farmer scientists, farmer experts, and farmers that they believe that they could dream beyond themselves.
Cherry has been planting seeds of change among the farmers of Marinduque. There's now a sense of pride among them, having been schooled in modern farming methods and with access to technology that enhances the wisdom of their years in planting their traditional staple.
So the first technology that we are introducing to them is a system of rice intensification.
Ito pong aming inapag-aralan sa SRI na matagal po siya sa kwan, sa init po. Yung pong hindi po gumamit ng SRI, ano po siya, naapektuhan po siya ng El Nino.
This is a very sustainable way on how we can teach farmers in making their rice productive with 50% less water need. So it means they save 50% water. They save almost 90% of their seeds.
The low water, high yield SRI method was developed in the 80s, but it's still all new for the farmers who are excited at making a big change from the old ways.
Nung una na, yun ang kinasanayan namin, maraming nasabog na palay. Tapos ngayon, parang hindi kami makapaniwala dahil isang buti lamang dadami siya na maraming niya suwi. Kaya mas maganda talaga itong SRI. Yung isang kaban po na kaunti lang po nakuha namin, mga 20 sako lang po palay. Siguro po ngayon, mga 20 sako rin po kami. Maliit po yung aming sibilya ngayon. Ay, hindi sa SRI po, isa-isa. Isa-isa po ang kwan. Tiyaga lamang po ng pang ganun, mulog-mulog. Masakit sa likod.
Along with the backbreaking new ways came the ridicule and skepticism of other farmers.
Sabi nila, para kang bukang, bakit ba ganyan yung style ng tanim mo? Nagsasayang ka lang ng panahon at gastos. Ano bang mangyayari niya sa tanim mo na yan? Minsan na siguro mga 1 month na, ayun, sumusuwi na siya, bumalagi na. Hanggang sa nakita nila yung epekto ng SRI at lahat sila nagtatanong kung ano ang diskarte at kung ano yung sistema ginamit ko. Ganito lang yan, na simple. Binigay sa atin ang Agreya, tinuro sa atin ang Agreya, at ito hindi ko ipagmamaramot na ituro din sa inyo.
Yung trabaho, yung makita po namin na ganito na parang hindi po namin naramdaman yung aming pagod. Nakakatuwang pagmasdan po.
For Ramil and his father-in-law Longino, the decision to try a new method of rice planting has proven fortunate in the face of dry weather.
Mas una po ito itanim ng ilang days kaysa rito, sabalit nakita po ninyo na mas naging maganda yung aming USSRI. Kahit po na medyo ang hirap po ng tubig dito sa amin, naging maganda po naman yung aming pananim.
This is now a familiar sight. Farmers working in the rice fields with new instruments. For the first time in their years of farming, these farmers visit the fields with notebooks, recording the growth of their plants. This is all part of Cherry's mission to bring the agricultural sciences she was schooled in to the farmers who have barely been to school.
They got so excited because they never done it before. Imagine the pride. Maybe if you were not in school and now you're given an opportunity to learn something at the age that you have right now with the Agria way of teaching that is hands-on on their field, on their own land. So if you just develop the technology without bringing it to the ground, it's nothing. It's just printed in a book and collect dust in libraries.
In less than 2 years, Cherry and her team have won the trust of the farmers. Despite their different educational and socio-economic backgrounds, the farmers and the young workers and volunteers of Agria are like a family, sharing, one dream.
What's different about Cherry is that she always seemed to do the hard things with a smile.
The story of Agria is that creating that story of love, hope, and greed, and not only creating and writing it and making it happen.
Our measures are not just only the yield. Our measures are, so our farmers, do they have food on their table? When we harvest this rice, how much share would go to the farmers? Because this farmer has 5 children. How much food he needs, how much rice he needs the whole year. So it's something that we're putting that in our business concept, actually challenging business concepts.
On this lush, heart-shaped island is the home of Agrea. It's an agricultural-focused social enterprise that Cherry founded in 2014.
Our goal is to create a one island that everything, especially the major crops, can be grown there. So that's Agrea. The name of Agrea actually is agriculture plus Mother Earth Gaia, or environment. So we want to create environmentalist farmers. We need to be friendly with our environment so that our environment will take care of us.
Cherry's roots in farming are evident in Agrea's fun garden, where vegetable plots thrive despite sea salt and sand. More importantly, the grounds are a living model of farming's future. Agrea's mission goes beyond soil and crop. It targets the most important resource of all, people.
We are an agricultural country from the beginning. We cannot aspire to be industrial if we don't address our agriculture. The mantra of Agria is ecology of dignity. We cultivate human beings and we dignify everyone, especially the farmers. Because when you dignify them, when you cultivate them, they know their rights, they know their dreams, and these are achievable dreams. They will now cultivate the land. They will now cultivate the soil.
In the big picture, Cherry hopes to bring in.
I think it's also because that the people here in Marinduque are waiting for change. Right now, we have so many farmer ambassadors out there that they are even telling most of the time, oh ma'am, our dream is i-agria na namin yan. It's a verb, it's an action word, and part of the action are the people in Marinduque. We have 3 major pillars. We have zero hunger. We want to make sure that the 260,000 people living in this island are eating their own produce. Zero waste. Agriculture is the #1 enemy of the environment. Zero insufficiency. It's economic development. We make sure that the farmers and the cooperatives working with us are also making money out of their own produce.
Farming is hard. Farming is only for people who are not able to get good education. Farming is for people who has time to be hungry. That's a sad reality. And then all of a sudden, she tells me about making farming cool, smart, sexy, and humane.
You will go with us tomorrow.
Rafa is a local boy and part of the team of 9 backing Cherry.
She started talking about the vision, about putting farming into something that is sexier, to something that people will be really interested. And then the first time I heard it, I said, oops, what is she talking about? Slowly, I started to think, maybe what she is saying is true. Maybe what she's trying to do is possible.
We're cultivating not only the land but human beings, and it's the cultivation of the person that that gives hope.
When we go to a farming community, we are not messianic that, hey, we're here because we'll solve all your problems. No, we're just facilitators. And we're humble enough to say that all the time when we go to farming communities, we'll tell them, we're here because we will dream together. So what's your dream?
Cherry and her team have reached far-flung farming communities on the island, learning about their agricultural ways and working to help them improve. path set and driven by a potential that becomes tangible day by day. Cherry is changing the face of farming.
The Liptang Farmers Market actually is like the first local market in Marinduque, and this is very beautiful because you can really see very raw and fresh produce all the way from the mountain.
The market, however, also serves as a stark reminder of the future of Filipino farmers.
Matagal na po, 30 years na po. Pero yung message ko po, matagal na talaga. 12 years old pa lang po siya, ay manggugulay na po.
Wala pa nang ako'y mag-asawa ay nagasaka na po. Tagal na, baka mga 35 po.
For most in Marinduque, the land is all they know. However, farming, passed on from generation to generation, could die out.
Ang anak ko po ay 7, pero isa po ang mahilig sa pagsasaka. Nasa Manila po yung iba.
Ay sa totoo lang po, yung bunso ko po, yung po inahikayat namin mag-asawa dito sa bukid. Pero masakit mang kung pakinggan ay talagang ayaw po. Para sa kanya mahirap. At nakikita niya sa amin. Gaw po. Yun lang po siguro. Nahihirapan siya.
Ay paano na ako? Ako'y wala na. Ay sino ang mag-amana ng aking mga pagmumugin? Kaya hirap na ang kanyang mga pamilya pag wala ng mamana.
Once farmlands and farmers disappear, the harsh reality is there will be less on the table, not just for the Philippines, but also for the region and the world.
Farmers are endangered species, not just also in our country. It's a universal problem. The average age of farmers is 58 years old. Give them 10 years from now, who will grow our rice? And our population is insatiably and exponentially growing. So when we don't educate our kids to really love farming, who will feed us? You know, who will feed the nation?
In the town of Santa Cruz, this is a classroom for the children of
Ako, naiyak na tuloy ako. I haven't watched that for quite a while. That video was documented by Channel News Asia. It was funded by the president and CEO himself. Because, you know, Marinduque is very inaccessible. And you know what? They chartered a plane and stay in the island for 16 days just to shoot the video. And this documentary became like the most watched documentary of Channel News Asia. So instead of showing it only once, they showed it 6 times already. And it's available in 9 countries, and they're showing it every January to open the year with good vibes, and every June. So since 2017. And when I was starting Agri, I was actually hiding from media because, you know, in the Philippines, it's always people wants to do something to be famous, you know, wants to do something para makilala sila. But when I was starting Agri, I really, you know, was hiding myself in Marinduque, and I'm not from Marinduque, I'm from Bacolod. How I started there, I started drinking vino folaco with the farmers, tuba, and eating with the fishermen along the shore of Gasan, singing karaoke and just knowing them. And I said, wow, this is a very beautiful place. And that time, before I came there, I graduated agriculture by profession, and I'm an agricultural economist. And I'm also a landscape designer. So if you come home, Greenbelt was my first design. You know, I designed landscape, Bonifacio High Street, Serendra, Market. I was 19, 20 years old when we were doing all those designs. The Valley, so we did one, so we did the rooftop of Trinoma. You know, very beautiful designs that I was gifted to have. But then I said, you know, life is something and beyond that. And I started volunteering in Gawad Kalinga way back for 7 years. And when President Aquino became the president, I became a TV host. So while I was putting a farm, I was a morning TV host in TTV4, Metro 1, the morning show. So I was a TV host there in high heels and all made up, sponsored clothing. After the show, from 7:30, I need to run to the farm because I was putting a farm in Bulacan. It's called Enchanted Farm by Gawad Kalinga. I was putting a farm there for ex-convicts, you know, and surrenderies. So, and then I started Agrea. It's because when I was working in this enchanted farm and I was a TV host, because I'm a volunteer in Gawad Kalinga, I need to find my own money, resources. So, I became a consultant of 2 secretaries of agriculture. So I was a consultant of Secretary Hildelis Reyes, Agrarian Reform, Department of Agrarian Reform, and I was also a consultant for Secretary Alcala of Agriculture. So, you know, I saw the Philippines in a bigger scale, both the agrarian reform and the farming, that it's cheaper to actually ship food from Hong Kong International Food Trading Port to Manila than shipping food from our food basket, which is Mindanao, to Manila, because of our infrastructure. And when I was doing consultancy for around 4 to 6 years, I said, you know, we need to start something. If Philippines has 7,107 islands, we really need to find ways on how we can make those islands, especially the inhabited islands, sustainable. So I always believe in this. Most things except agriculture can wait. You know, Tita Rachel was sharing to me that she was in a small argument before with some Filipinos that Tita Rachel said, no, ang future talaga ng Pilipinas, agrikultura. And it is. You know, we forgot about it. In our history, we were discovered because of our agricultural reserve. You know, because of our spices. But my dad chose for us to live in the hacienda. You know, and when my dad died, I was only 3 years old, turning 4. I had no concept of child labor, but I need to run away from the house and work in the sugarcane field because I had no one to play with in the hacienda every weekend because everyone works in the sugarcane field. So I learned how to plant sugarcane, I learned how to put abono, mag-ligo sa irrigation, and everything, all those sorts, and that was my childhood. But I was asking some of my friends na, why are you working in the sugarcane field? Because of course, they don't have money. And my mom that time, super sipag, usually yung mga nanay, my mom ended up owning, and my mom would always tell us that, you should not end up in agriculture or in the farm. If you want to stay in the sugarcane field or in the hacienda, you might just get pregnant and mag-asawa ka ng tapasero, no? Karga-tapas ng tubo. So you need to dream beyond that. And my mom was always telling us that. But then when I was 6 years old, so every Sunday, my mom cooks a lot and we bring food to kapitbahay. And that time, I don't want because I was playing 10, 20 and it's so good, you know? And sa liig yung tinatalon-talon ko. So parang ayoko siyang stop. And sabi ng mom ko, you know, she was so mad and she grabbed me and then she got my hand and then my mom was explaining me and it's just a metaphor. And I was like, bakit? And then my mom said, you know, this is the shortest distance in life, but if you forget how to connect that distance, forget about life. Because I want you to be a daughter who's not only, you know, smart, first honor in school, but I want you to be a daughter that will help people. So after that, it really changed my thinking, and I was 6, no, and sa Ilonggo, padukadalong, no, it was so deep to understand for a 6 years old. But my mom explaining it to me, and she was so mad while she's explaining to me, million people. Look at us, we're 1/3 smaller than them, and we're the 13th most populated country in the world. So, but they were so beautiful. You know, Sweden here, I'm so amazed of their landscape. Of course, they're very different landscape because they're a temperate country. They're so clean. But look at also our landscape.
Yeah.
It's the most beautiful beaches in the world. You know, the survey of the most beautiful islands in the world, 4 out of 10 Philippines. Who can beat that, right? So this is our island that we work with, but later on, I'll show you that we're all expanding. And I'm sure the Philippines in terms of latitude and longitude, kilometer 0 doesn't start in Quirino Grandstand in Luneta Park. It starts in Marinduque. It's called Luzon Dato. It was discovered by the Spanish. That's why they built very old churches in Marinduque, and it became the home of the Spaniards. And Marinduque was deforested though, because Marinduque is covered with hardwood. And during the Spanish colonization, they cut all the wood in Marinduque, so now they actually have a national museum extension in the island. They cut the wood to build 2 galleon trains. So 2 galleon trains, they're trading all over the world, are made from the hardwood in Marinduque. So after they cut the forest, you know, when Manuel Quezon became our president, his best friend, Juan Nieva, became the governor of Quezon Province, extended to Marinduque, and then they said, pare magtanim ka naman dyan ng coconut to revive the island greenery because it was totally denuded. So, we pilot in Marinduque, it's because, you know, as mentioned in the video, it's only 6 towns for a small island. If we want it to be a model of sustainable island in the Philippines, it's not difficult because it's not 1 million people. It's only 250 to 260,000 people. It's a lone district. You only need to deal with one governor who is like your mini president equivalent. You only need to deal with legislative, 1 congressman, and then only 6 mayors. So it's very beautiful to model. And since the island is included in the poorest and the hungriest islands in the country, number 4, top 4, the story to tell in the next 10 to 15 years is so beautiful on how this island transformed to be an abundant island because of agriculture. So since we started, there's no plane to Marinduque. Last April, we had planes already. So we've been working so hard on how to showcase the island into sustainability. And our goal is to make the island as a center for farm tourism. So we're present in 2 islands now. This is Marinduque, this is Siargao. I'm Mediterranean in Siargao. And this is our goals, you know, so 0 waste, 0 hunger, 0 insufficiency. But what I like to stress is the 0 hunger. This is not only about the hunger of the stomach, you know, because it's so easy to satisfy. But it's about the hunger of human being to belong. Diba, all of us, we want a good life. But how about the people in our rural areas? They also deserve a good life. But, you know, sabi nga nila, chamba-chamba lang yan. But there are also no opportunities for them. So why not we create opportunities for them so that, you know, we can create an opportunity not only for one farmer, but to the entire farming families. So, in terms of SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, because we're really designing our work to achieve the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Kasi kung mangarap ka naman lang, bakit hindi mo palakihan, di ba? So every year, we actually present our work in the United Nations. Agria received the first UN Global Compact Award on responsible leadership on inclusive agribusiness in Asia. So we received that award because of our work. You know, we focus on, sabi nga nila, there are 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and we're already hitting 13 of them based on the selection. That's how we won the award. So ang daming nangyayari, no? And of course, there are so many targets under this SDGs, and we're trying really our best to make it happen. I put here 2 farmers. One farmer who is so close to me. This is Tatay Pilo. This is our vermicomposting. So we make our own compost, we make our own organic fertilizer, organic pesticide. But I'm showing you Tatay Pilo because his life totally changed. I met him when he was 48 years old, and he was working as a construction worker when we were building this vermicomposting facility. So our waste in the farm goes here, and we produce like 1 ton of fertilizer out of all the waste from worms also. And Tatay Pilo, he comes, and every time we gave him payroll, he just put a line on top of his name. And I said, there's something wrong in here. Let's ask him why. So he doesn't know how to read and write. So we taught him. Sabi namin, after 4 p.m., end of your work in the farm, you shower, and then you come to our office, and we'll teach you how to write. So now he knows how to write his name. Nakakasulat na siya. Sabi namin, bahala na yung ibang letters ng alphabet. Basta yung letters na nasa pangalan mo, alamin mo. So sabi na, basta yung lahat lang ng letters sa pangalan mo, alam mo, para pag nag-vote ka, marunong ka magsulat ng pangalan mo. Kasi kung hindi, bibilhin na naman yung boto mo ng 50 pesos. Tapos itatab mark lang yan. Sabi namin, bahala na. Yung pangalan mo dyan, yung letters sa pangalan mo yung unahin natin. And now, he can write. And you know what happened? Because all our farmers, we make sure they have social security system, and all our farmers have field health. And now we're partnering with Red Cross to give them health insurance. Wow. So all our farmers, now dito, Diyos ko, nung last year, syempre meron siyang 13-month, no? bumili na siya ng cellphone. So kung pumunta ka dito, ang music ng aming vermicomposting, si Lady Gaga at si Beyonce. Sabi namin, ang mga worms siguro sumasayaw na nagrarara or whatever. And then, binivideo niya lahat ng ginagawa niya sa farm at pinipicturean niya. So kung umuwi ako, like ngayon, uuwi na naman ako dun sa farm this week, papakita niya yun sa akin. Miss Che, ito po yung nangyari, pati mga baboy na kinakastahan, binivideo niya na, may report siya lahat, anong date yan. Sabi ko, wow, if you empower a person, imagine how much he can give back. Because he feels he's very blessed to know how to write at 48. You know, and now, he's our most valuable farmer, and since we have a farm school, he also graduated. He got his first diploma. Because our farm school is nationally accredited, you can use it wherever you want. And if you graduated in our farm school, if you get employed in somewhere else, they need to pay you decent amount of money.
Wow.
You know, yeah, you're required to pay the minimum wage. So we also, in the video, we also create farmer scientists. So we focus mostly on women because women in the farms, like this room is actually full of women, no? Except for the gentlemen. It's really because a lot of women, when you teach them, it's not only teaching them how to farm. You know, they provide good food to their children. So instead na bibili ng sardinas, na dilata, nagluluto na sila ng gulay. And then they also sell their produce. Minsan, kung mga lalaki tuturuan namin, pag Sunday, nasa Sunday school na nasa sabungan. Tawag namin yan Sunday school, instead sa simbahan, nasa sabungan. Ubos na, lasing, pag uwi, walang rice, walang pagkain, walang pera, mambubugbog pa ng asawa. So, sabi namin, why not to empower the women? And we're very successful in that. So, our farm, when you see in our model farm, it's actually by the beach because sabi nila, ay, hindi ka pwede magtanim na malapit ka sa dagat, no? Salty. But look at our lettuce and our kale there. They're overflowing and we don't buy fertilizer, we make our own fertilizer. And if you observe in the video, our farm is just 5 square meters, 10 square meters because there are women na yung lugar nila sa bahay, maliit lang. So what can they do? How can they earn income in a very small patch of land? And this is our farm school. So we have, right now we have 50 students. So every month we have 25 to 50 students coming. And we provide scholarships to those who are not really cannot afford. And then we also have programs to the government. Every graduate who graduates in our farm school, we build the government. So the government pays us. Kasi diba, training is one big business in the Philippines sa government. Minsan yung mga training na lang ng training, walang nangyayari. But what we like to do here is, we train them when they graduate. We ask them what programs in Agria you want to be part of. Rice program, you know, turmeric or spices program, or vegetable programs. And then if they want to sign up, we somehow help them to have like a little bit of financial support to start. And then we also provide the market. This one, look at this, no? Ang daming isda kasi sa Marinduque, 10 piso lang minsan per kilo. And what we also do, yung mga palengke, we put mga timba. Tapos yung naglilinis sila ng isda when you buy. So they put it there and then we make it amino acid in our farm so that we spray to our fruits and vegetables. And you don't need to spray pesticides. So this is in our farm school. Next one. This is our graduates. This is only like few of them. Last year we graduated 179 graduates in our farm school. And this is the director of TESDA. Our farm school is TESDA accredited. And now we're opening another farm school in Siargao Island. So we'll have 2 farm schools. So grabe yan. Our students are from 13 years old to 75 years old. No age limit. If hindi ka marunong magsulat, you can still go in the farm school, but it has a final exam, no, for you to get the national accreditation diploma. So for example, if hindi sila marunong magsulat during the assessment, we just tell the assessor, kasi assessors come from Manila. You know, we tell the assessor na hindi sila marunong magsulat, but then we ask them what's the available material in their house. So for example, kung wala silang mga measuring cup, halimbawa may tasa ka lang na ganito or lata ng sardinas, ginuguhit-guhitan namin yan ng 10 ml, 20 ml. So kung mag-exam, sabihin, okay, make me food for layered chicken. So they know how to make food for layered chicken, broiler, mga nganak na baboy, they know how to do that. And then, imi-measure lang nila sa lata na mayroon sila. So all ingredients are present. So it's a very skill-driven farming. So you don't need to know how to read and write. You know, as long as you have hands, you can join here. So that's Marinduque. We import 91% of our food, and we want to change it, but this is our business model. A lot of people would say, paano kayo kumikita ng pera? Of course, you know, it's so hard to make money. For the last 5 years, it's so hard to make money, but we get by. You know, kasi sabi ko nga, what's really enough, di ba? Sometimes we really feel that we need to be so rich to help, but we don't need to. As long as it's equitably and, you know, and the distribution is equal. So, what we like to do is, you know, doing good means good business sense, right? So people, planet, and progress. So it must be socially impactful. It's changing the lives of our farmers. Environmentally sound, we don't harm the environment. Great business returns, of course, kumikita, no? The business must earn money. And the replicable model, now it's being replicated to Siargao. And 3 more provinces are applying for us, including Aklan, for Boracay, and all those. Effect policy making. So Agria is actually, we sit in the board of the province of Marinduque to plan out Marinduque. So for example, one model that we have, this is coconut farms. Diba sa ilalim ng coconut sometimes walang tanim or di plant cacao coffee. The cacao coffee, if you're a farmer na sobrang mahirap, you cannot wait 2.5 years to earn money from coffee and cacao. So what we did, because our farmers here in Marinduque, they only earn $60 every 40 days because of copra. Grabe no, 1,500 pesos yata, I know 3,000 pesos. 3,000 pesos every 40 days. So we try to implement turmeric. So when you plant turmeric, this is 10 months crop, and now these farmers, they're earning around 7,500. So around $120 every 1 month. They earn because of this model. So they earn from turmeric, they earn from coconut, and this year we will provide them chicken and pigs that they can roam around, and also some vegetables. Maraming sources. So we also create products. You know, we have achara de nata because there's a farm there that they have nata de coco. They don't know what to do. So we make achara. We have honey because there's some bees in Marinduque. And then this is like made by our women. Yung nga sabi ko, when you empower the women, they do more. Hindi lang sila nagtatanim. Nagtanim sila ng kamote, biglang naging cookies yung kamote. Kasi niluluto nila. Innovative talaga yung women eh. Ma'am, kasi ang dami namin kamote, so kinukis, binaon ng anak ko, nagustuhan ng teacher, gusto nang ibenta. So sabi na, ibote natin. So festive rice is a combination of pink, purple, red rice. Nag-coconut oil din sila, virgin coconut oil, may diles, no? Kasi pag maraming diles, 10 piso lang per kilo. So, pinipreserve namin. Meron kaming dried diles. Tableya, yung may mga cacao. Tableya, may coconut jam. And then we also have turmeric powder, very high in curcumin. And then you have coconut sugar with some of our women. Then meron kaming straws na binibenta din. So, some are curated from our women communities. And the basket is so beautiful. Minsan pupunta ako sa Greenbelt, lalo na Christmas, may mga nagbibitbit ng ganitong basket. Ginagawa na nilang bag na galing sa amin yun. So we have a paper here. It says the story of the women, kung saan ang galing, and minsan may pirma ka ng mga nanay. So you feel the gift is so precious. So we sell it usually every Christmas. Mga corporations, they order from us para giveaways nila sa employees. So we're replicating the work in Siargao. This is where I met Tita Rachel. So we want Siargao to be the first women-led agriculture island in the Philippines because of the surfing game. And in Siargao, it's a very different kind of tourism. The men left their farming communities to work in habal-habal driver, to work as habal-habal drivers, tourism providers, construction workers, kasi mahal mag-construction. But then, hotels and development will end but food will never end. Diba? Pag masaturate mo rin yung building, mas maraming taong pupunta, wala kang food. And Siargao has a very weird tourism because mas maraming tao pag bagyo kasi mas malaki yung waves. Ang problema naman nila, hindi makakapunta yung Roro to bring food. So the locals, when we're doing the interview in Siargao, the locals, they need to hoard food 3 months before. Kaso lang, kung mahirap ka, hindi mo kaya bumili ng pagkain na pang isang linggo, paano ka pa makabili ng pagkain na pang pang 3 buwan? So they ended up very poor nutrition. Siargao and Marinduque, they share the same nutrition level, 45% malnourished. Grabe. These are the situation of island provinces in the Philippines now. So we launched the first women-led agriculture island in the Philippines, and World Bank, I sit in the board of World Bank for Development. World Bank was telling us that maybe this is not only in the Philippines, this is in the whole world. Kasi no one has that number of women. Dito, we only look for 500 women. 800 yung dumating, nagkakulang-kulang kami ng upuan, nagkakulang-kulang kami ng pagkain sa lunch. Tapos yung Roro, hinintay pa sila kasi some of the guests are going back to the mainland of Surigao. First time ng Roro na naghintay kasi yung laman niya, puro ng women na umattend ng event. So nag-special Roro sila. So, but it's very powerful. We're opening our farm school by August in Siargao, and we already have 300 enrollees of women, and so ang dami. So this is the program. Actually, Tita Rachel donated 2 garden classrooms, no? All my speaking engagements abroad or in the Philippines, they have, honorarium, and this one is free, honorarium. And all my honorarium goes to building garden classrooms. So now in Marinduque, we have 19. And on May 21, May 20, tomorrow, we're launching 12 in Marinduque, and we're also launching 10 in Siargao. So ibig sabihin, we have a contract with the Department of Education. They need to dedicate buy-in for their principals and teachers and training for teachers to teach the kids how to farm. So when we have that contract, DepEd is really, really very, very supportive in these 2 islands. So may MOA kami, and we're launching this. And ang ganda, kasi some of the kids, they bring home the vegetables. May isa kaming community, nanalo sila sa Nevada, Las Vegas, an award for Burners Without Borders for community development. Kasi yung mga bata, they bring home the vegetables, natutuwa yung mga nanay, saan ito nanggaling? Sabi nila sa school. So yung nanay, nagsulat sa akin, pwede po ba yung 75 families sa bundok na to, ma-training ng Agria? So training namin, lahat yun ng bahay nila, naka-landscape pechay, malunggay, kamote. Yung senior citizen, nagkukutuhan lang yun, alam nila yung chismis ng buong barangay. Sinabihan naman yung barangay captain, pwede bang si Cherry sulatan din na, pero yung lupa, kapitan, sa harap ng barangay hall, amin na. Para sabi ng kapitan, sige, para malimitahan yung chismis, mag-farm na rin kayo mga senior citizen. So ngayon, di ba senior citizen farm? When you go there, grabe, magbubudol fight ka talaga. Alagang-alaga ka nila. Super funny. And this one, I believe in youth development because our farmers are endangered species. So we have a partnership with President Barack Obama before. I met him, and then we created the partnership to have this. So Young Southeast Asian Leaders Initiative. So it's part of a big program of former President Obama. And sa Agria naman, NYC, we created the GROW, Dream Awake Cultivate. Dream Awake Cultivate. Sino yung sa inyo dito na Haraya Manawari? Nanonood dati ng show. Na si Tessie Tomas, yung fairy. And then whatever you wish, mangyayari. So, managinip ka ng gising. So, I was watching it before I was 10 years old. And I love that show so much. And we made this, no? So, GROW. So, but this GROW, these are the children of the war survivors of Marawi, Basilan, Sulu, Tawi-Tawi, Zamboanga del Sur. All the war zone areas in the Philippines, we create a program for them. This is already a 3-year running program. So when you go to Zamboanga del Sur, you will be amazed. 29 towns in Zamboanga del Sur have farms run by youth of Agraya. So it's a 7-day program from recovery from trauma to become an agripreneur. So a lot of them are featured in Rappler, no? Ang dami sa kanila, nasa Japan na nagte-training. Marami kami napadala sa Israel because of our program. And gumagraduate yan sila, no? And ang ganda talaga ng impact. So last time nga, last month, we had 40 of them from Marawi. They stay in our farm and they learn everything from scratch. Yeah. So we also have this annual, I know, every 2 years, sorry. 2 years event. It's called LEAF, Leaders and Entrepreneurs in Agriculture Forum. Because, so I founded it as an advocacy work of Agrea. Why? Because since we work in islands, mostly we don't have presence in Manila, you know. And for us to have presence in Manila, it's just advocacy program. So this one we launched last year, September 28, 29. And grabe, it was attended by 509 people from 20 different countries. First agricultural conference in the Philippines that became global. So I'm chairperson of that, and grabe, napuno namin yung Taal Vista at Tagaytay. We went to Taal Vista because the following day has farm tours. So we partner with farms in Tagaytay, Silang, Cavite, Laguna, for them to be immersed. Buses, grabe, they go to farms and then they come back. We work with the government, we work with World Economic Forum people. You know, these are all big people from all over the world. We work with, you know, people with Bill and Melinda Gates, Rockefeller Foundation, to really bring it. And imagine, it's in the Philippines. And it started with a very small organization, and you know, that's Agrea. And we will release the report this early June for this event. And now we just launched the LEAF in Siargao. And a lot of this, they want to bring this in Africa now. You know, USAID, we're starting to talk on how they can bring this to Africa and in region, in India, in China. And imagine it started in the Philippines. So how can we, because we always feel na, yung nga kanina, no, bakit ang mga Pilipino wala laging boses? But because we always feel very inferior. But no, we can start something that can fly global. And this advocacy now, sobrang dami nag-a-apply sa amin to bring it globally. Yeah, kasi it's a very different concept na may conference ka and then i-unconference mo. Tanggalin mo sila doon sa posh, dadali mo sila sa farm, nakabas sila. And then sa farm, welcome sila ng napaka-Filipino hospitality na may mga bayong, kimona, you know, may pagkain ng mga puto, mga ganon. Imagine kung experience yun ng foreigner, parang wow, grabe pala yung Philippines. So this is the event. So I made it short kasi wala tayong oras so that you can ask questions. So that's me, and you can contact me. This is my email address. You know, if you want to. Basically, kanina sabi nga ni Tita, you know, how we can collaborate. We have a lot of interns and volunteers, no? Coming. So ngayon, meron kaming volunteers doon from Switzerland, may mga Canadian volunteers, no? Maraming taga-US. The Australia School in New South Wales, they want to also partner with us on how to send students from their school to be sent to us. Last year, we had Washington University, Georgetown. You know, imagine if we cannot bring our farmers to Georgetown, Ivy League School, bring Georgetown to our farmers, right? So imagine this is a small work we do in the island of Marinduque and discovered. Now, when you come to Marinduque, sabi ng pilot, Ma'am, parang isang plane, Agrea lang lahat. Nag-survey yung Department of Tourism. Lahat ng tao, Agrea lang daw kasi we have farm tourism. No? So you can come, you can enjoy our farm tourism. And because of that farm tourism, we put up the Farm Tourism Association of Island Marinduque. Now there are 60 small farms being developed. Lahat yun tinitrain sa farm namin. So our farm school will open another course. Farm Tourism Development. So yung mga farmers, pupunta sila doon at natitrain. So now, so our farm is the first DOT accredited farm for farm tourism in Mimaropa. Now dumadami ng dumadami.
Wow.
So if you have questions po, just throw your questions.
Do you sleep at all?
I sleep 8 hours a day.
Paano makaka-contribute sa company mo?
So we have two, no? We have Agria Company, which is the social business, and then we have Agria Foundation. So in the company, we will open investment portfolio by the end of this year. But on the foundation, we have a lot of, you know, areas for collaboration. One is the garden classroom. So si Tita Rachel nag-donate ng 2 garden classrooms, no?
You can tell them how much is each
Yeah,
garden
one garden classroom is 75,000 pesos.
Hindi naman kaya yan.
Pwede
ba nang kaya
Uh,
just kidding.
So it's 75,000 pesos, but it goes to,
That's very good.
you know, Agria shoulder all the training, you know, and so it goes to the seeds, farm tools for the children, and then training of the children. Kasi syempre papakainin mo yun, iti-train mo yun. But then it's a lasting effect.
How many schools still do you need?
In Marinduque, our goal is 183 public elementary school. We only are into 30, so may 153 pa.
So ayan, isa-isa kayo.
Yan. And then we also do volunteer program and internship. But our volunteers, sobrang daming nag-volunteer kasi, but we manage it, no? We have Agria 1,000 strong. If you visit our website, you see Agria 1,000 strong. You can sign up. Like there are 100 female, 100 male, 100 senior citizen, no? 100 OFW if you're outside the country.
Young?
Walang age limit.
Yung mga volunteer, they will go through this education too, or ano?
So most of our volunteers, they work in our farm. So yeah, they help in farm tourism or farm business. But as much as we want to have volunteers a lot, we also select our volunteers. Kasi we cannot just have like, minsan yung iba baka bakasyonista lang, tatamad-tamad. So we don't need that. If you want to commit to us, you sign a waiver that you need to put to work. Hindi yung, ay nahiya ako utusan siya kasi volunteer siya eh. No. If you no entitlement, no ego in our farm also. So, and our office is so beautiful. We have beachfront with sunset. Really good one. So, ang daming nagbo-volunteer. But most of the time, we have internships. So, may mga from France, they go internship in our farm. They stay 6 months. Or Brazil, 8 months. May mga ganon.
Eh, saan sila titira?
We have our farmhouse. If you're an intern, you pay. Yeah, you pay lang that and then food is so cheap in the island.
Yung training magkano per person? Or?
So, farm school, if you want to sponsor naman a scholar in our farm school, it's 13,500 per month. And it's only 1 month. After 1 month, they get a national accreditation na. So, para kang nagpaaral lang hindi 4 years na may diploma. Ito 1 month lang, it's 13,500 per scholar.
How long is the training?
1 month.
1 month lang?
Yes.
Pero yung...
in the school?
They don't leave. Most of our scholars, they come. So, nag-ano sila, nag-tricycle.
So they have to stay in hotel or what?
Hindi, kasi sa island lang naman yung scholars. Pero may mga nag-aaral na from Japan, Vietnam, may Taiwan. Other islands, they come, may Cebu, may Mindanao. Usually, they rent a room from a house there na may mga kapitbahay kami. So may mga, ngayon nga nauso na, yung iba na may kapitbahay, yung mga room nila, pinaparents nila. Parang homestay. Yeah, so marami kasi last time we had the people from Japan, we had people from Vietnam, we had people from Mindanao, Cebu, because they want to study. So, kung gusto niyo namang magpa-scholar, na doon lang sa Marinduque, kasi marami namang mahirap. No? Kasi sometimes we open 50 slot scholarships lang the whole year kasi that's what we can afford. And all those money are coming from my honorarium. So parang gano'n ba naman kadami, no? So it goes there. And then our company also, the more we earn money, percentage of our net profit goes to our foundation. That's run the scholarship.
Inisip ko siya, mag-take ako ng training.
It's
as
one
part
month.
of, actually, interested talaga ako in agriculture.
Yeah, so many people are. Sige po.
Besides Siargao, ano pang mga islands ang
Just the 2 islands we're working on now.
Sabi mo, Aklan din.
Aklan is applying, but we don't agree it yet. It's because we also need to expand our team and it takes a lot of resources. No? So when the government has no buy-in, it's so hard to... Right, so Siargao, it's okay kasi yung governor talaga, congressman, mga mayors, sila talaga nag-invite sa amin. So if we go to the island, it must have buy-in. Kasi minsan yung government pa yung kalaban mo eh. Mahirap. Yan, na parang, oh, you're stepping on our toes.
Sa Bacolod wala ka niyan. Ibang ano lang.
Sa Bacolod wala pa, but we're launching Agria in Bacolod. So may mga small partnerships kami ngayon na ginagawa in Bacolod. Kaso lang kasi tita, sa Bacolod, no, mga big land holdings.
Yeah.
So sometimes nga we say that, syempre pag nag-partner kasi isang asyendero, it's not that impactful. Kasi yung asyendero na to, hindi niya naman ganun kailangan ng pera, additional income lang. If you work with smallholder farmers, hanap buhay nila to eh. Ito lang talaga yung hanap buhay nila. So we prioritize also. May question pa po.
Any comments?
May na.
What's the biggest challenge?
Here?
No, yeah, with all your work.
Oh, the biggest challenge now actually, El Nino. One of our farms, yung turmeric field kanina nakakita ko, all of those are damaged by El Nino now because there's severe El Nino in the Philippines. No, the Philippines now is losing $86 million pesos from El Nino. Yeah, for the last 7 months. So our farm is affected. So environment is always a challenge. Just like Marinduque receives 9 months of rain. Ngayon, mag-8 months na wala pa rin rain, no? And then a second challenge, of course, when the government leaders are not into it, you know, it's always a challenge. But then Agria, somehow we play the game na eh. Kasi in Marinduque, we entered, we don't have government buy-in. Ngayon nga, last yung aming governor, who's our vice governor, ngayon governor na namin, sabi niya, dati si Cherry nagtatampo ha, kasi tinitimplahan lang daw siya ng kape ng mga mayor, tapos hindi siya minimit. Kasi bakit ano bang ginagawa niyo dyan sa magsasaka, no? Tapos sabi niya, ngayon, pag na-invite ka na may permanent Cherry, dapat dumating ka. Kasi baka maiwanan ka. But totoo, before, it was so hard. You know, you're pushing a huge mountain na cannot be moved. But because, sabi namin, bahala na, no? We're a private entity anyway, let's do our work. Hindi naman tayo kumukuha ng pera sa kanila. So, bahala. So, when we have names, so many people come to Marinduque, you know, chartering planes. Sino ba yung pinupuntahan din ng mga ASEAN, mga British, mga grabe talagang big organizations coming to the island. Siyempre natin-freeze sila, bakit yung mga British nagdo-document dito? Bakit may mga ganito? So of course, you know, they want to belong. And for me naman, we're always inclusive, but we're apolitical. So we don't really care who's the politician out there. We survive our own. Kasi mahirap din naipit sa politics. And we don't get money from the government. We build them if we have project. As much as possible, we don't accept money from them na, we only accept if we have projects together. Like sa Tesla, kasi you build them eh. May billing ka talaga na gagawin. So they are a client. But hindi kami yung, may pera yung gobyerno gastusin nyo. Wala kami ganun. It's a no-no in our company. Kasi we're very transparent. Kasi we're one of those companies na, what's this? We belong to Dun & Bradstreet, American Integrity Check, for the last 4 years. So we passed that integrity check. So very yun po yung dati, meron kaming small processing, but now we're fundraising to have a bigger processing in the island. But now, kasi wala pa, we have a partner na tolling factory in Laguna na FDA approved, lahat ng requirements and certificate has up. So we bring our turmeric to them and then pinaprocess nila in a very good facility. So yun yung aming partnership. But our goal in the future is to have money so that we can establish a processing in the island. To have new level of livelihood naman. Yung mga youth can be employed in the processing and all. Yeah.
Do you have any other, what do you call this, areas in the north na may ganyang program? For example, Locos?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, but we have invitations to go there. But our right now, because we're one island, no, so we're prioritizing island-based development. But what we're trying to do nga in our board, by end of this year, we will soft launch a consultancy firm. Kasi ang dami nga yung mga mayors, governors, congressman, kasi 2 congressman na, and hopefully, our congressman in Marinduque will be the Speaker of the House this year. So ang dami na kasi na, ang agriculture yun nangyayari dahil sa Agria. So lahat sila gustong mag-sign up. Tapos yung Siargao nalaman din dahil dun sa congressman namin. So ang daming nagsa-sign up. So but what we're trying to do, at least, you know, it's awakening people na, huy, kailangan nyo ng food security master plan. In every province, in every town, kinagugutom yung tao kasi wala nang food security master plan. You know, we're feeding 106 million people, but the budget of the agriculture is only 1.6% of the national budget. 1.6%, not even 16%. You know, it's 1.6%. How can you really create jobs for the people in terms of agriculture, no? So, what we're trying to do na hopefully we can create a consultancy firm. We will have consultants. It's easy to work on consulting basis. So, parang food security master plan of provinces, kahit hindi island, at least province or towns. Yeah, so that we really know what's the need of the Philippines because no one's really doing that. Yeah.
So, pagkakaintindi ko, parang more based kayo sa more on farming, di ba?
Yes.
Wala pang gaano sa fishing. Is there, or?
We also do fishing, but not much. So like in Marinduque, we do, we rehab 45 hectares of mangrove. Kasi they do fish farming before. And then after fish farming, we polluted na the water, mangroves were dying. So we just revived 45 hectares of mangrove in partnership with DNR. And we put livelihood to farmers in Bigles, kanina. And some of our farmers now, they grow soft shell crab. Yun. So we start with that somehow. It's the local need. And then in the future, their mangrove area will be an ecotourism destination. So we're not into really like massive monoculture or massive fish farming. We're not into that. We're more on how can we integrate fish in mangroves. You know, now you explore the mangrove, you go fishing, you grill it, you eat it. You know, and the people there can earn livelihood from both. So on fishing, we're not touching that master's parang thesis, studying the fishing of the island. So the goal is their master thesis will provide us insights on what business to start. Yeah. So we partner with research institution. Kasi wala naman kami masyadong pera for R&D. So we partner with schools.
Natanong ko lang kasi yung itong Agria is very environmental friendly.
Yes.
Problem sa fishing sa atin, hindi sila gaano concerned sa environment, which is maraming nasisira.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
yun lang idea.
Before we mag-picture tayo, before I would just also like to invite you all, we have a Philippine Independence Day celebration. This is being organized by another Filipino organization here, So it's on June 15 at 5 p.m. It's a dinner concert. So there's a group coming from Manila who's going to have a concert. They will sing, and then there's dinner, a buffet dinner at Paul's restaurant. So if you want, the ticket costs, so the dinner and the concert costs 350, and I have tickets if you're interested. So it's a Saturday, June 15.
Yan ba isang beda choir?
Opo.
Saan tayo mapag-group picture?
We need to turn this off kasi pangit.
Can we make a background something about yung may
Oo
logo?
nga.
May logo ba
At
yung
then
logo
yung picture na dark. Kasi dapat dark.
Okay.
So thank you everyone for coming. I hope that you were able to get something.
And thank you for the opportunity to share, no? Kasi I know a lot of you want to
We want to help them.
You want to help.
Wait lang, itanong ko na. Yun na lang yung may
Parang maganda ito.
Ayan.
Parang maganda ito.
Punta ka doon.
Church of the Life. In-touch tayo kay Cherry. We can partner with you kahit in a very small way. Di ba no? Kahit in a very small way.
I think, dito siguro, maganda.
Medyo slant lang ng konti. Oo. Kasi may iba yung mukha natin kasi yung sa projector.
So dapat dito.
Medyo slant lang ng konti kasi para lang.
Okay.
Kumbaga yung tayo dito lang tayo. Kasi dito tayo, lahat ng pattern.
Sa October. discussion.
Tara.
Magpa-picture.
Ay, Dan. Dito ka sa likod. Batak. Ladies first. Ladies first. Discrimination ng lalaki. Dapat dito tayo sa club.
Oo, dalawa kayo na nakatulad.
Nakaluhod na. Nakaluhod na mga lalaki ha.
Hindi naman ba?
Kahit gano'n na lang tayo. Ano? Halina kayo, bilisan natin.
Sige, okay lang. Picture ka na?
Pasaan kami?
Parang siguro patay na lang.
Tanggalin na lang natin.
Kasi yung patay ay, madam, hindi ka na dito.
Dali na kayo. Dali lahat na sumasali na lahat. Para,
Would you like to put some chair?
Kaigo tanan. Magkakasya ba lahat?
Ay, kasya tayo. Sige.
bakit nag-on? Sandali. Sorry.
Dapat tanggalin na lang.
Very good. Ay, patay mo. Patay.
I-turn off na lang.
Isa pa, dahil Weng dali na di Weng on.
Wala po.
Ito po, isa pa yata.
Isa pa.
Want some chair?
Ayun o, yung power on.
Off na lang siya muna. Ito.
Matagal mamatay kusa. So, inakit mo na lang.
Ay, okay na. Malinaw na.
Magkano na sila papasok dito? Kasi
Ayan, nako. Dan, wag ka dyan. Kasi yung ulo mo, usad pa. Kasi tingnan mo, may light eh. Okay. Ito, ha?
Sandali. I'll try to fix this one.
Ikaw, Dai, saan ka dyan, Dai?
Kumalaglag, ha?
Anak mo na tutulong.
Ayaw mamatay ate, pinatay ko na eh.
Si Joanna, anong niya?
Angat ko na lang. Angat mo na lang. Kasi baga ko mamatay ko siya.
Or bunutin.
Tingnan natin yung...
Bunutin niyo yung power.
Ano ko na lang. Tatas ko na. Yan.
Ayun na.
Yes.
Yan.
TikTok video.
Si ikaw yung may hawak ng bata, hindi ka masyadong kita, ha? O, ayan na, ha? Ready na tayo, ha? Ayan, kita tayo lahat. Tingin dito, ha? Okay. 1, 2... Video pala yan. Wait. Sorry. Hindi, wala akong talkies to. Okay, magalala. Wanted Filipina.
Pero kung pwede, kung kapangayo, I will ask help from the Filipino in Sweden. We will try our best.
We don't need to use big words.
That's my I'm my email company and then Atilano from Agrea, a company in the Philippines, and we're working with the farmers, especially smallholder farmers in the country. So if you like to support the smallholder farming families in the Philippines, just visit our website. It's www.agriaph.com. And right now we're fundraising to save the farmers from El Nino because it's been 8 months that Philippines is so dried out, especially in the island of Marinduque. And we're also fundraising for educational support to their children. Thank you.
Dala ka din ng bugyo sa ano.
Hindi ka makatutin.
Wala, sama ka sa ano.
Hindi ka makatutin. Wala.
Kahit saan lang.
Kanino to?
Kasi makikita mo na sa amin kahit hapan
Sino? Kanino to?
Ang nagsabi kami na mag-organize kami ng mga locals at mga locals, mga play market, mag-organize kami. Tapos lahat namin ng mga activities, mag-raise funds kami tapos magbigay sa Agrea. Tapos ina-encourage ko sila na kahit ma-sponsor sila na isang student, 2,000 kroner, isang student.
Isang student at sa farm.
Isang student, 2,000, it will change the life of
that's
family and community.
Kasi yung classroom thing, that's not the hard to raise some
7,500.
Yeah, student hours.
Ang bango ng incense.
Tutor natin siya or...
Hindi ko alam baka gusto pa nilang ask questions.
No, we can walk at the same time, you can ask questions. Para hindi mo na sabihin masyado.
Ay, naku. Gusto ko mag-farming. Wala namang farming dire. Ang pangit ang lupa dito.
Uy,
gusto mo ng farming, pumunta ka sa mga colony.
Hindi pag...
Hindi, kasi ang farming...
Ako may tanim ako sa loob ng bahay ngayon eh.
May mga colony dito.
Kaya lang, yung 30 crowns na kamatis ko, pag ako nagtanim, mga 90 ang isa. Paano matipid eh? Mas magandang bumili ng... nagtanim ako ng kamatis sa bahay. Yung nagastos ko, mga 90 crowns. Pero pag bumili ka sa grocery, mga 30 crowns lang.
Hindi naman organic yun.
Oo nga, organic ka lang. O tara.
For pressure na yun, hindi mo naisipin yung ano.
Oh, I know nga, hindi ka man super interested sila. Ito pa ba, ano gusto mo? So let's go na, let's Because it's the closest one. Oo. View. Sana tayo, no? But it's very nice. Kaya lang hindi man
Hindi ako papunta na. Umuulan eh.
Umuulan.
Okay, let's go.
First time mo ba dito mapunta?
Sa Sako? Yes.
Sweden, hindi naman.
Pero sa Europe,
Ay,
saan?
sa Sweden first.
Aha.
Sa next month na sana pa Brussels ko. Sa Europe, hindi.
Punta kang Iceland, may taniman doon. Tsaka si Svalbard. Nung tanim...
Tanim mo ng ice.
Oh, let's go na. Let's cross na natin.
Ay, may kotse.
Yan naman.
Hello. Masakit yan.
Hindi, it's not. May plano ka mong siguro. No?
Wala ako kasi sa plakam na.
May malakat at ublas sa atin. Para ilibot sa rin shopping. Kaya ka...
Ililipot mo sa NK yun, baka hindi mo ibili yan, ha?
Shopping siya.
Oo, baka hindi mo yan ibili, ha?
Kaya kasi maganda pang shopping.
Oy, mahirap naman yung magsasaka na naka-LB o kaya naka-Michael Kors.
Okay lang sa'yo mga magdiret.
Lalagyan ng gulay, LB.
Lumang
Mahirap naman yun. Baka bawian kayo ng grant. Sabihin siguro ng United Nations. Parang masyado yata kayong...
Amo ginayang daw at will provide ito all in one naman na siya package naman naman once ka mag ano ka sa so let's start with the big one and then whoever wants to support with a single student kung gusto na mag-sponsor it's up to them. I know someone can afford that one for 2,500 bucks, nothing for them. Diba? Once
Oy, it's something for me.
It's not for
2,500
1 year. Diba? Sige, saan tayo makakuha ng ganong amount? Char lang.
Tapos, ano naman